Okay, power's disconnected. Every time I use a tool, also I'm putting it on my little cart just to keep myself organized, so I'm not going back to the same, tools over and over again. This is a 2010 Chevy Traverse LT2, I think it is. It's the V6, and it's got an oil leak. It looks like it's got an oil leak out of one of the valve covers. It looks like it's coming out from down there. I'm going to make an attempt at changing out the valve cover gaskets. I've seen a few videos of how some other people do it, but I figured I would just videotape it and see if this helps anyone else. I am not in my garage, so I'm just kind of half in, half out of my garage doing this, but hopefully this is helpful. This is kind of how I go about any type of top end work, so this is kind of all the same. Okay, so let me put the camera up in a tripod. I'll try to get as close up as humanly possible. So I'm changing the front valve cover gasket, and while I'm in there I'm going to change the rear as well, which is all the way back there. So since we have to take everything off the top and take the upper intake at least out, I don't know if we have to take the full intake out, but at least the upper intake has to come out. Might as well go ahead and take it all, try to get both valve cover gaskets, because if one's failing, the other's probably going to fail soon. Okay, so I'll start by taking a few photos of before. Actually, first things first, this is one of the few times I'll do this. I'm actually going to make sure that I disconnect the battery. So I'll disconnect the battery, then I'll take a few photos of the engine before, the engine bay before, and so that I can have some reference photos for any of my reconnections that I need to make. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that electrical cable, but man, that is a beast. I got this one right here running across the top. Yeah, there's a lot of electrical that just kind of sits over the top of the engine. So, okay, let me get that battery disconnected and let me take some photos. Over again, or to the tool bin over and over again. And that will help me to hopefully stay a little bit better organized. And I know that. Let's see, what is this? Oh, yeah, some photos real quick. That'd be good. So now I've got reference photos. All right. A little bit. Oh, all right. These have some give to them. That's good. Let's see. I'm going to take the. Take this out. Here. So this is my air inlet. That's where my filter box is. So I'll take my air inlet out. I need a screwdriver for that, or I might actually be able to do that with the socket. Let's see. Yeah, if I get the right side, it'll be good. Wow. I didn't tighten these enough last time I was in here. Try to do this without ripping too many things apart. There we go. So ring it down. That could probably stay. Oh, now that I look at it, it probably should come off. There we go. So those two I'll put together on the bottom of the cart. Let's see here. Fuel line back here, and this stuff up here. basically this has to come off. And for that to come off, I need to get more things out of the way. Alright. Be gentle. Wow, these power cables are really... Let me try taking that off, see if that helps. This is a 10, so let's see if this is... Yeah. So, we need a 10 mil for a lot of this. There's little plastic clips everywhere. These little plastic. I'm gonna try a try to find my clip remover for that. Oh, use this little clip pry, or like body panel stuff. Okay, that worked well. Okay, that's good. Ooh, look at that. That goes all the way over that way. Somewhat out of the way. This, however, goes nowhere. Disconnect. Kayak? I don't know. No, like. I can see the top of the valve cover, that's it. Okay. There's a big foam block in here. I have no idea what that's for. There's this cover, which feels like fiberglass. Might be fiberglass. Feels itchy. Oh yeah, that's good. Probably got away with not taking that off because I'm looking at this. Wow. Okay, so before I get into these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts, maybe a 6th bolt there? I don't know. Oh, there's some in the front, maybe some in the front. Before I get into those, I'm going to get the air compressor turned on. I'm going to plug this up with the rag, get the air compressor turned on, and try to clean this up a little bit. I wonder if there's any bolts on the edge here. Doesn't feel like there's any. And it doesn't mean that there isn't any, just I can't feel them right now. I think if I get these 5 out, hoping that I can get the upper intake off. There's a lot of dust in here. Alright, turn on my air compressor, get something in there to blow that dust out, and yeah, and actually let me plug that end up first, and then I'll blow that all out, and then I'll start wrenching on those 5 bolts, see if those release it. Okay, so decided to put on a good pair of gloves. My last good pair of nitrile gloves. Huh, I just noticed something. I think this is empty. Let's see. If that's empty, that means this went from a valve cover gasket issue to a power steering fluid issue. Huh. This would make my life a heck of a lot easier. Let's see. The question is though, how am I going to pressure test and check this out? It is low on fluid though. Something which I never considered. But actually, as I'm getting things out of the way and looking down lower and lower, that looks like that could be the culprit. Which is really good news. Because that makes my life a heck of a lot easier to deal with that. Staying fluid. Let's see here. What's on this side? I got some areas up there where it's higher, but I thought that was just spillage. Something goes around there. Where would it be coming from? It's doing that. Let's see. Yeah, it's too high for me. It's got the power steering fluid. Which means also that I'm burning oil, which isn't good because my oil level has been going down. Let me check. Could be both. Oil level still looks good though. Gets into there. I wonder if my power steering pump caused enough of an issue where the leak from it, it's possible that the leak from it might have eroded the valve cover gasket enough to cause the valve cover gasket to give out. In which case I'd feel fine with just changing the front valve cover gasket, not having to do both. But let's see, let me take this off first and see what's going on with this. Oh, it's going to dump massive amounts of power steering fluid everywhere. Let me get a cup and see if I can get in front of that. Try to capture some of what's coming out. Okay, so this could be, I don't know if this is the power steering pump or the valve cover gasket, or both, or power steering pump reservoir rather. Look at the reservoir and it's low, it's all the way down. Now look at the oil. I see a lot of it is up here in this area. but I was burning some oil. So I'm wondering if this is the power steering pump fluid has been eroding away at the valve cover gasket. I wonder if it's possibly both. I don't think it hurts to do both, or to replace both, but I want to get this out first. And to get this out, I got to get a little cup or something in front of here. Try to capture some of the fluid as it pours out. Let's see what I can capture with this apple juice bottle jammed in there. This looks like it's going to be a mess. Not much pouring out of there. I mean, it's all pouring all over the engine block. It's got to be fantastic to have to clean up. Release some pressure so you can work these out. You know, I was thinking that's probably not a good idea, introducing air into the system going the other way, I bet. Yeah, that's probably a really bad idea. Okay. It's pretty much drained out as much as I'm going to get it from this side. Which means I've got to try to get back hose off and get this whole thing out. Probably a good idea to leave that in there. Uh-oh. Before I pull that hose in the back, before I pull that hose out, I'm going to disconnect this on either side so I can kind of wiggle it up and maybe tilt it back, let it drain back down into the system. Let me find a 10 mil because I'm going to need one eventually. Actually, I needed one a while ago, but I'll find a 10 mil socket so I could get that off. Okay, got a 10 mil. Let's see how. Any of these. Oh, yeah, drop that right in there. Fall. Don't fall, I'll never find you again. There we go. Ah. I believe this is an aftermarket. Yeah, looks like it's aftermarket. Alright. I don't know, I don't fully believe that it's this power steering fluid reservoir that is causing all of my issues. Not saying it's not part of them. I just don't think it's all of them. There's a rag in there. I gotta get a rag to clean all this off. This is gonna have to come off. That's gonna need to stop dripping. Put that up like that for now. Get some more of these. I did dump a lot of gunk on top of here. I think it's safe to say that was part of the problem. Yes, I'm using a hanging drop light because my regular drop light is missing in action. Well, upper intake manifold bolts maybe. Get those out, see if this thing just cracks loose and get a little bit of room to look into here a little better. A lot of fluid over here. This thing is saturated. That spongy piece right there. The heat shield down here. Alright, let me see what size those are. Chevy Gasket 15. Nope. They are 13s. Okay. That's a good way to strip that bolt. This thing's going to have to come out, or I actually have to put my hand with these. And that one's coming out. Alright, something I should have done in the first place. Let's take this off. Not only should I have done this, but it would have made things a lot easier. Oh, it's falling apart too. Oh, and you know what? I'm gonna blow that off too. You know what? I'll look it up and see what it looks like before I start prying on this. Find out if there's another bolt somewhere, which there very well may be. I just don't feel like destroying this upper intake just because, you know, I'm too lazy to look it up. So I'll go for a coffee break and look that up, see if there are any other bolts that are possibly connected anywhere. I wonder if I should take this out too, take the throttle body out. That should be fine. But I think once I get this out, I've seen a lot of people have to take their actual battery box off to get things, but I don't know, it looks like there's space in here to work on the valve cover. The back one looks like it's going to be a total pain, but oh, maybe once this is out, it'll be a lot easier. All right, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, there's one more bolt. She's hiding right down there, right underneath the throttle body. So with that out, this all comes right up and out. Let's see how much more room this gives us. Whoa! No acorns, please. I gotta get a vacuum cleaner in here, like immediately. Give me a moment. Crap, I gotta get my vacuum cleaner out. Right back. You know what, as I'm looking at this, before I look at this and start contemplating everything, start plugging up these holes. I'm thinking it'll be a lot easier than what I've seen other people going through. I don't know why. Maybe it's because everything else has been like Buick Enclaves and not Chevy Traverses. I don't know if the layout's that much different. But shy. Two in one there. That's one. Make sure I'm not double stuffing these. I have to go find scissors again. I'm really lazy sometimes. Oh yeah, there's the other one. Okay. So intake's closed off. So the next thing to do is to take the plugs out. Wish I thought far enough ahead to actually change the plugs while I was doing this. Might not be a bad idea. Maybe I'll get a new set. We'll see how bad they look when I start pulling these out. So, I don't know, do you unclip them and then take these off, or do you just, oh yeah, look at all the oil in this. That's definitely from that. Could be causing some other issues, but let me see if I can get the, what is that? That's all rusted out too. I don't know what these are. See if I can get, actually I should probably cut these first. So I'm going to clip all these, at least on this one side. I have to figure out how I get this little metal bracket off that holds plug wires, sorry, the coil wires in place. Push down or pull up? That'd be pull up, right? Oh, this is the whole thing I'm looking at here. I was trying to disconnect it back here. Oh, you can't see anything. I was trying to disconnect it back here. Meanwhile, this whole thing needs to come off. I think the right way to do that is to put a screwdriver in here and push it down. Let's see. You know what? I'll try it with this. I love this tool. Use it for a lot of things. Where's it to lift it up? Oh, it's a lift up. Okay. So you can see in there, there's a little tab that gets lifted up. Wow. Glad I'm practicing on the front first. I think I'm going to get some new plugs in here while I'm at it, sort of thing. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna take these out next, then start taking. Actually, take these out, vacuum again, then take the plugs out. Vacuum again. Actually, I'll take these out, vacuum, and I'll wait to take the plugs out. I was wearing gloves just a few minutes ago. I don't know why I took them off. Let's go inside. Get the vacuum cleaner. After I get those off, it's a matter of this clip here. It looks like it's a matter of this clip here. And I'm peeling the wiring back. That bracket over there. Power steering pump. I don't know how I'm going to get that off and out of the way. Which means I might have to take, yep. Wow, it just keeps going and going. It means I might have to take, there's a hose down here. See it right under here. That goes from the radiator, so it's a coolant hose. So I have to take that off. But I don't have to take this off yet. At least not yet. So you start taking these out, take the coils out, see what it looks like. Okay. Take out, let me get the proper size. I'll take out the coils. Ah, nice and clean they are underneath. That was amazing. Let's see. Oh, wait, wait. I don't have to take the plugs out of these, I don't think. I think I can get away with. I think the valve cover makes a seal around that. Oh, look at all the bug debris. Fantastic. Oh yeah, look at that. Seals are coming out with them. Get the vacuum cleaner in there again. You gently prime this without cracking the plastic valve cover. All right. That's unfortunately not working. Power steering fluid lines up there. Let's see what has to come out next. There's a bolt straight down. So this bracket's got to come out, which means this right here. Oh, I'm not sure. So this is on the passenger side. Since you're looking at the front, it's on my left, right side if you're looking at the front of the car. This hose is going to have to come off. Try to get that bracket out of the way. This is probably going to spew antifreeze everywhere. So I'd rather do that now than later. Then I have to figure out how to get a clip in the front to take off as well. Let me take that hose off, pry it up. The system's been cool for quite a while. Hopefully it doesn't pour all over the place. There we go. Oh, that's going to be a beast to try to get back on later. Whoop, there she goes. Not too terrible. I've lift this hose up and out of the way. Right here. Two screws for that bracket. Two bracket screws. Right down in there and down in there. They look like an utter pain to take out and put back in. But I could see. Can I see a bolt? I think I could see a bolt underneath there. Yeah, I could see a bolt underneath this little plastic cover here. I don't think I have a choice. I guess my choices are I could just not do the job, not finish the job, put everything back together. There's always a choice. Outside, play some video games, just hang out. That sounds good. Okay, this is going to be about 15 minutes of the back of my head while I try to get this bracket out. So I'm just going to pause the camera and get ready to reposition you. Okay, so I'll get you real close here. This bracket, I took the bolt out of the back. I'm sliding it forward. This plastic clip comes out with just the push of one little tab there. Obviously, as you can see, we've got a lot of gunk and debris in here, so take these out. There we go. Push or pull. Okay, well, to get these out, actually I don't even have to take those fully off. I could probably leave that clip in there. Keep everything protected from all this gunk that's going off there. Okay, so I got a bolt there to take out. I also have to take out stuff from the front next. So, okay, so with that accessible, I have to figure out how to take out this metal piece here. It's basically just a wire loom holder. Once I get that out, I'll have access to all of the bolts, and then it's just going to be a matter of pulling this up around the wiring that's there. So let me figure that out. Take a closer look into that. Okay, it looks like these just snap right onto the top here. Take a look at that spot and that spot there. Just give it a quick. Well, maybe they snap on. Maybe I broke it, I don't know. The other side did just pop right in. Huh. Okay, I got to investigate a little bit further underneath this one. This might have some more to it. Well, it was a pop-on, but unfortunately I broke it. So, I will have to employ some zip ties for that. What's good is, got every bolt available now. Let's see. Wow, that's on there tight. is good. And it should be on there nice and tight. You can see from back over in the other one there is some spots that have some dabs of gasket sealing there. Trying to be really gentle since this is a plastic valve cover. This one. There's it just catching around there. There it goes. Feels like one of them's holding it back. I just have just one thread. Oh, it's just might just be hitting the wiring harness. That's fine. Or it could be this one back here. Yep, there was that one back there. Now I'll get a good view into how the engine's doing as well, hopefully. See how dirty, nasty this all is down here. All right. Wow, looks nice. Nice and tight there. A little bit of a bake-on look to it, but nothing terrible. There's a little rust out there. Huh. All right, it's not terrible for the mileage. Checking out the gasket itself. Actually, before I, so yes, they did put some sealer in the corners there. Before I do anything with this gasket, start messing around with this, let me throw something over top of this. And a piece of that. Some nice fresh bed sheet money, so that'll try to keep some of the gunk out at least. All right. So now looks like, actually before I even pull this gasket out, first thing I want to do is check to make sure my replacement gasket is the correct one for this. Looks like there's a check here. Yeah, that's not it. It's a damn good ringer for it. So, next step is going to be to get this gasket out. Well, let's see. Yeah, I see deterioration right here. So that might be where it was. Yeah, that might be where it was failing. Cracked. Oops, sorry. The gasket itself isn't cracked or anything, but it's just doesn't have to be cracked to leak. Okay. Looks like rough right there. Chewed up. Okay. I gotta pop these little seals out as well. These are going to be on the floor, aren't they? I think they've got, yeah, they've got little pieces of metal in them. So I'm going to sit down on the floor, probably very gently bang them out with a screwdriver and a hammer. Pop all those out. All I'm going to do is just work around the edge and just kind of push them down. Just tapping around the edge. Just taking the screwdriver, going in an angle, going around and around and around, getting them out, and then once they're out, I'm going to get some brake cleaner, clean everything down, and then I'll start lining up the new gasket. Then I got to clean the gasket surface, and I got to figure out where I'm putting extra sealant on this. But it does look like there was probably some loss from that one corner, or I'm sorry, from that front edge. From right down here, but you do see a lot of this is from up top too. So I think we had two problems going on.